Okay, Unit 4, Stop 2, Functions. You can see if it's a function from points or from a graph. And we're going to look. So if we take a look at ordered pairs and we want to see if it is a function, whether it's an ordered pair, a mapping, a table, or even a graph, we want to look at the x values, only at the x values. So over here we're going to write down, look at the x values. Okay, we always want to look at those x values because the main thing about a function is if those x values repeat, then it is not a function. So write that down. If x values repeat, then it is not, I'm going to underline that, a function. And again, if you need to, just pause it, come back to it. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this example right over here, this ordered pairs. We want to see, do these x values repeat? So if you need to, you could underline each x value. Remember, it's x comma y. And do our x values repeat? Yes, they do. We have a repeat right here with the 1, and we have a repeat right here with our 3. So that means that it is not a function. Okay, we don't want any of those x values repeating. So let's go to our next example. Okay, again, you can underline the x values so that way you be sure you know what you're looking at. And do they repeat? Well, I have a 0 right here and another 0. So yes, it repeats. So we want to put not a function. It's simply as looking at your x values and seeing if they repeat or not. And this one, the 0 is repeated. All right, take a look at this mapping diagram. You're going to know how to map it in the last stop. What we're going to look for is to see if it is a function or not. Remember, this is on our left side is always our x. This is always our y. We want to look and see, does it have 2 lines coming out of the x values? We can see that right here it does. So this one is not a function. So if you take a look at our next example, you put x and y up here and take a look. Is there 2 lines coming out of this x side? No. So yes, it is a function. Okay, and our last little example, we want to see on our x side, do any of them repeat? Oop. And our 3's repeat, so it's going to be no, not a function. My paper's moving. All right, if we look at graphs and we want to see if a graph is a function or not, we can do a vertical line test, so we're going to write about it. So write down vertical line test. All right, and what this means is that we're going to go across our graph. You can take your pencil or you can take your finger or even an extra sheet of paper, and you're going to go across, and we want to simply just drag it across and make sure there's 1 x value for 1 y value. Okay, we don't want a repeating x like we did up here. Okay, so we want to drag pencil vertically through graph. All right, so let's look at these and see, using the vertical line test and also what we know about graphs, to see if it is a function. Usually if you have a diagonal line, okay, it's always going to be a function, and we can test this by using our pen and going across. If we made a table of values, we could see that this point right here doesn't repeat that x value and throughout the. So we're going to write down that it's a function. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Okay, same thing here. If we were to do a table of values, we could see that there is only 1 x for each y. And if we could do our vertical line test, yes, this is a function. Okay, 2 more. If we take a look here, okay, if I drag my pencil across, I have 2 points that connect at the same time. So what I mean by that is it's saying maybe this point is the same as if we go down here and it's the same x value, okay? Or especially right here, you can really see it. The x value is 0, okay, but we have 2 points with x value of 0. So this one is not a function. Okay. All right, and if we do a vertical line test again, works out kind of just like this last one. We have 2 points, especially, and they've already highlighted these 2 points for you. They're on the same x value of -4. So you're going to write not a function. And of course my paper is going to move when I try and write this. Okay, and that is how you can tell if it is a function. Be sure you look at the x values, okay? And then you can always do a vertical line test whenever you graph.